to answer the question why intellectual humility is important for people to be successful and flourishing in their lives, we have to at first ask what humility is. Humility is the opposite of pride, and pride usually means that you overinflate your ego. You take yourself too seriously. You're not aware of being dependent, how much you are dependent on other people. You think that you're more important than you actually are. And your entire life basically revolves around yourself. You are easily hurt. You don't like to be humiliated. And you always want to get messages of how important you are. A humble person is exactly the opposite. His or her life does not constantly revolve around herself or himself. They are completely aware of that they are standing on the shoulders of others, that they are well connected to others, and that those connections are very important for their lives. And they are not constantly worried about themselves, but more worried about other people or important issues. And they can easily or more easily accept situations in which they don't look as good, situations which we might find humiliating. So intellectual humility is then the same attitude which I just described for the intellect. So if you take your own intellectual capacities to be much better than they are, if you overinflate your intellectual capacities, then you have intellectual pride. There is a saying that intelligence is the best distributed resource in the world because nobody complains about not having enough of it. Everybody thinks I'm very intelligent. That's about the only resource in the world of which everyone thinks he has enough. A humble person would doubt that to a certain extent and be aware of that my own resources, my own intellectual resources are limited. I'm prone to error. I'm very reliant on other people to get things right, to get to the truth. And since this is a fact that most of us are intellectually not extremely gifted, all humans are intellectually very fragile. We don't actually know all that much. The humble person has a more realistic view of ourselves and about himself or herself. It's closer to the truth, so to speak. The humble person is closer to the truth compared to the prideful, proud person, who is further away from the truth about him or herself. And this closeness to the truth is instrumental to living a life that is ultimately satisfying. Because a life that is based on a lie will in the end not be a life of flourishing. But a life that is based on truth will lead to flourishing.